Hello, welcome to Skill English, the place to learn English in a fun and creative way. We make here every attempt that you get valuable and super tips plus suggestions to improve your communication skill. So, Skill English basically is a place where you will learn how to speak in English and communicate yourself in a better way. Today, our lesson is all about idioms. 12 idioms. Today, we are going to discuss about 12 idioms. So, what exactly is an idiom? An idiom means a group of words established by usage, most of the time used by native English speakers, and they convey a completely different meaning than the literal meaning of the words. So, when you have a look at an idiom, you will see a group of words having a meaning which the idioms doesn't convey. So, an idiom is a group of words established by usage by native English speakers conveying a completely different meaning than the words given. So, today's lesson is all about 12 idioms. So, let's get started and see how we can use these idioms to improve our English, to make our English more creative, and to help in our communication purpose. So let's get started. The number one idiom is at sixes and sevens. When we see this idiom at sixes and seven, we have to understand that this convey a different meaning than the literally the word used here, like sevens and sixes. Sixes and sevens means here scattered, something which is not in proper order, in disorder, you can see. So the example is all the furniture in the room are at sixes and seven. All the furniture in the room are at sixes and sevens. That means the furniture in the room are not in a proper order. They are in a haphazard way. They are at sixes and sevens. So at sixes and sevens means something which is not in a proper order and it is scattered all over the place. So next idiom, at one's beck and call. At one's beck and call means convey a meaning of obedient or someone who is always at the service of yours. Take an example here. My friend is always at my beck and call. That means my friend is always there when I need him. When I want him to do something, he is always there to help me. So my friend is always at my beck and call. So at one's beck and call means someone who is very obedient and he obeys my order or request, whatever it is, at any point of time. Next, at arm's length. At arm's length, the meaning of this idiom is that you have to keep a distance or avoid someone because he or she is not of good character or good personality. So the example I've given here is try to keep at arm's length from the bad boys so that you don't get a bad reputation. So at arm's length means to avoid something because he or she is of not a good person or a good character. Next, apple of discord. The word discord means something which is not harmonized, something which is not in harmony. Apple, you know, apple is a fruit. But apple of discord means, this idiom means a thing or a subject of contentious issue, subject of quarrel, subject of dispute. So I can say, example like this plot of land is the apple of discord between the two brothers. That means the plot of land is a case of dispute between the two brothers. It is an apple of discord between the two brothers. So apple of discord means something which is a disputable matter or the subject is of quarrel. Next, at the 11th hour. At the 11th hour means at the last time, means at the very last time, almost too late, when it is nearly going to be finished. Example, he came to the exam hall at the 11th hour, at the very last moment, when the exam was just going to start. Before that, he just entered the classroom. At the 11th hour, someone is studying day and night just before the exam. He has not studied the whole year. That means at the 11th hour, he is putting all his efforts so that he may get clear to the exam. So at the 11th hour means almost too late. Next, a fish out of water. I think you have seen a fish. What happens to the fish when he is out of water? A fish, when it is out of water, it is in a very uncomfortable position. It is not in a very uncomfortable position. It is comfortable only when it is in a water. So a person who feels like a fish out of water means he is in a very uncomfortable situation. So I have given an example. I felt like a fish out of water in the new environment, as no one was known to me. I was there in the party maybe, but I didn't knew anyone. So I felt like a fish out of water there, and that means I felt very uncomfortable there. So a fish out of water means a very uncomfortable situation. Next, a cock and a bull story. This idiom means a story which is very hard to believe. Someone is telling you a story which is very hard to believe. You can't believe the story. When I asked him about his absence, he narrated a cock and bull story. That means when I asked him the reason why he was absent, he gave me a reason which is very hard to believe. For example, when I asked him why he was absent last day, he just said, some of his relatives have come from abroad. And it was a very cock and bull story because I knew that none of his relatives are staying abroad. So a cock and a bull story means a story which is very hard to believe, that is not believable. The next, a blessing in disguise. Disguise means something which is not in a normal form. A blessing in disguise means something not good at first but finally has good result. Something which doesn't appear to you in a very good way, or something you are not satisfied at the very first instance. Suppose you have appeared for an interview, you couldn't clear the interview, but later on, since you couldn't clear the interview, you got another chance for an interview in another company where you were able to clear the interview. So you not getting the first job was a blessing in disguise for you. I have given you another example here. Tom missed the train and it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Why? Because as the train met with an accident and he was not there, luckily he was not there. So Tom missing the train was a blessing in disguise for him. So a blessing in disguise means something not good at first but finally has a very good results or implication. Okay. Next, a bolt from the blue. A bolt from the blue means sudden bad news. Suddenly you get a news and it is not a very good news, it is a bad news. So I've given an example here. The news of my friend's death came as a bolt from the blue. That means I was not expecting the death of my friend. And suddenly the news came that my friend has expired. And it was like a bolt from the blue for me. Like it was a sudden bad news. So a bolt from the blue means a news which comes suddenly to you, and most of the time it be a bad news. So next one. All that glitters is not gold. This is a very common idiom and I like it very much. Appearance is not everything. Appearance can be misleading. So something which is glittering is not always gold. All that glitters is not gold. I decided to go to a park. The park looks good from outside, but it is very dirty inside. I had experience, so I'm telling it or I'm narrating it to someone that the park looks good from outside, but it is very dirty inside. All that glitters is not gold. So all that glitters is not gold means appearance may be deceptive, appearance may be very good, but inside can be misleading. Next, an arm and a leg. An arm and a leg means something which is very costly. You bought something, but you have to pay a very high price for it. Like someone said that, like, oh, your dress is very beautiful, you look very beautiful in this dress. But you tell him or her, yeah, the dress is really very beautiful, I admit it, but it cost me an arm and a leg. That means you are trying to say that the dress is not out beautiful, but you have to pay a very heavy price for it. So these were the 12 idioms today which I discussed with you. I hope you have enjoyed watching this session with me. In future also I will be trying to introduce some more lessons to you where I will discuss a lot of idioms with you, because idioms are very important as far as our English is concerned. When we are trying to speak with someone, our English should be very effective, it should be persuasive, it should be engaging, and an idiom can do all this. It can make your English very creative, it can make your English sound very good, beautiful, gorgeous, whatever it can be said. Someone listening to you will always be attracted towards you. So we have to know how to use a lot of idioms. Again, I would repeat, an idiom is a group of words which conveys a completely different meaning than the literal meaning of the words given. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this session. And if you have enjoyed watching, which I hope so, don't forget to put your like and share it with your friends. And yes, those who are new to my channel and those who have spent your valuable time watching this lesson, I'm very grateful. But please, before leaving, before saying goodbye, don't forget to subscribe my channel and hit the notification bell so that whenever I upload my next video, you will get a notification about it, which will be very helpful to you. So until next time, when I will be introducing some more beautiful lessons to you, goodbye, have a nice time, and from Skill English, all of you, goodbye, and go on trying English learning, so because it will be very helpful in your career. It can give you a boost to your career. Okay then, bye, thank you.